I know how easy it is to believe the thoughts that pop into your head when you're feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, stressed, and frustrated. I know what it feels like to have moment after moment feel like it's proof that life is working against you. Everyone who knows me would probably agree that in general, I'm a pretty calming presence. But here's the thing, I'm not low stress by nature, I'm low stress by habit. Now, you know me because I show up here each week and teach you about my high vibe habits. But I also live them daily. And it's really their simplicity and my consistency with them that lets me be free from stress and free to create and enjoy a life that I love. And this isn't me bragging or trying to make you feel bad. It's really this reminder for me that my life is actually a daily reminder of why I'm out here sharing this message with you, because it truly does make a difference. It's a transformative experience to live high vibe, and I want you to have that. Now, before we dive into this week's episode, quick introduction. I'm Nithya Karia, here to help you live with less stress and more joy with just 5 simple habits. Okay, let's rewind back to last week where the story really starts. So I just got done telling you that I am normally a pretty high vibe, positive, upbeat, constructive person, which is why last week really caught me off guard because I fell into an unusual low. And it's not that I never feel lows so much as that I tend to come out of them pretty quickly, again, because I practice what I preach, these high vibe habits. But even from the depths of these emotions of what I was feeling last week, this heaviness, these tears, frustration, this overwhelm, this tainted lens that I was really seeing my life through, right? Everywhere I looked was difficulty, was an uphill battle for me, something going wrong. Even from this place, it only took me 3 days of recommitting to my high vibe habits to feel good again. Now, before you think that this is too far-fetched for you, that you're too stressed or overwhelmed to experience a transformative shift in just a few days, think about something that you do well, right? That you do so often maybe that you could do it with your eyes closed, even if you haven't done it for a few days. That's just something that you can jump back into pretty quickly. Maybe it's something that you excel at work. Maybe you're flexible or athletic, or you're good with directions. It could just be this idea of like riding a bike. There is a muscle memory that you can create around raising your vibration, de-stressing, and getting back to feeling like yourself again quickly. So last week, I had all this personal stuff going on. I had a lot of extra work stuff on my plate. And these old thought patterns started bringing me down. Again, it was something I couldn't shake off the weight. I would offer myself some things, right? I was trying to use my habits, what I thought I was doing, and asking myself, okay, well, what I did was instead of asking myself, how was I feeling? I was recognizing that I was feeling poorly. And so I would try to do something and then it wouldn't stick. I was able to, feel better for a little bit. And then of course, something else would happen. And I had that feeling like, of course this happens, like the other shoe falling. And at some point I was just done, right? I thought, this is it. This is my end. I'm not taking this anymore. I choose something different. Was finally willing to come back to my home, to come back to accepting that I get to feel good and something outside of me doesn't get to decide my experience. Now, I'm inclined to say that it's funny, but I think the truth is it's really annoying sometimes how desperation, that hitting bottom, whatever you want to call it, is the only thing that snaps us out of our negative routine. So I did it. I chose for myself, right? I broke the spell. I went back to practicing my non-negotiables because this is what I realized that I had let go. I thought I was being high vibe. I thought I was practicing my habits, But what I forgot to do was really do so with consistency. I was again expecting something else outside of me to bring me up, to fill my cup, right? So I said, wait a second, let me go back and implement, what I call my high vibe baseline. So it is a foundation, the things that I offer myself daily that keep my energetic vibe, my energy higher. So it changes my perspective. So I gave myself sleep. I got a prioritized list for my work. I restarted my morning yoga routine and my healthy eating habits. And I also began my day with an old mantra, just claiming my intention for the day. So in just 3 days, I was back to feeling emotionally in control. And that always makes me feel less stressed and significantly more productive, right? For 3 days, I committed to supporting myself again. That's it. Nothing else changed. Just me. Same kids, same work, same life. And yes, everyone, including the people in your life, go through ups and downs. But what changes how you experience your life is how you feel, right? How you feel matters. Because the tactics I tried throughout the week couldn't take root without me regaining control of my thoughts, because they were changing the filter, changing how I saw things, right? My perspective. Here's a really powerful truth. Stress is more about how you see things than it is about what is happening. My kids didn't suddenly get more respectful, and yet our interactions felt more loving and light. My husband didn't suddenly become more loving, and yet we found moments to connect in the few minutes that we had together. My business calendar didn't suddenly get easier, and yet I was moving the needle. Right? My to-do list for sure didn't suddenly get shorter, and yet I stopped feeling stressed about it. I changed how I felt, and that changed everything and everyone. So here's my invitation. Check in with yourself. How are you feeling? Do things feel smooth, or do they feel like an uphill battle? You and I both know that the work will always be there. The list is never ending. But how you feel is in your power. Not only is it possible to make space for what you need, you can do so without a huge time investment, as long as you do so consistently. This is the power of some of the strategies and tactics I share in my coaching, right? With this concept of things like a high vibe baseline. This is not about, getting busier and busier and always finding, again, that do more is not the only answer. We get to do things differently. Creating a high vibe baseline is a core element for a productive and low stress lifestyle. This tactic and so many others is exactly what you'll learn in my Happy on Purpose group coaching program starting next month. Have the energy to get things done and feel good. It's not an either or, right? Being responsible doesn't have to doom you to a life of burnout, to a life of always sacrificing your own needs, your own joy, your own health, happiness. There's a way to find balance and be a taskmaster and a joyful human, and that's by staying high vibe. So I am really excited to invite you into and really have you experience being a part of my high vibe tribe. Okay, that's all for this episode. Be sure to check out the links below and book a free, quick lifestyle audit call to see if this program is a good fit for you. Sending all my love and gratitude. Until next time, stay high vibe, my friend.